Another guy with a hose for an arm and probably another 4'5" athlete, Cade Klubnik, who you had him at 25 on your board.
Yes.
Cade, he's a roller coaster for me. Like watching
Yes,
it's very much up and down. He does so many good
Oh,
things. Well, it's like, oh, your eyes are working really well, but then there's like always something in the
yes.
back of his mind. It's like I'm just looking for the excuse to do something like really reckless with the football.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
think I need him to. But another thing with Cade, and we talked about this with the young guys in this class a little bit already, is like he started since he was a freshman, and you can very much see linear growth from a freshman to a sophomore
That's
to a
why.
junior.
Yep.
And there's no reason to anticipate we won't see another linear growth here. But again, he's got a hose, an elastic arm, and he's ultra mobile. So there's a lot to buy into. Garrett Riley seemed to get a little bit more out of him last year as the offensive coordinator there too.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, where are you at with Klubnik? I know he was 25 on your board.
Yeah.
What does a rise look like for Klubnik? What's the next step look like for Cade Klubnik for you then?
Just keep doing what he's doing. I mean, like you said, the ascension has been really cool. I really like this. Sounds so weird. He was at a camp I went to when he was coming out of high school. When I was kind of just helping out. It was Rod Woodson's camp, and he was there. His coach was there, and he was there. And I was like, oh, this kid's a high school senior. Holy crap! Like, okay, all right. So I kind of like just kept an eye on him. Oh, he's going to Clemson. Okay. So when he started as a true freshman, I wasn't shocked. But then you could tell he was overwhelmed, and you could tell it wasn't strong enough because he wants to run a little bit. Like, he looked like he needed a red shirt. And then, the second year starting, I was like, okay, there's a little bit more. But this last year, especially another guy, I would say the second half of last year, you could really see the fat kind of cutting out of his decisions, which he needs to do, I think, because to win. Like, again, he's not overwhelming size, but he's solid enough. And he's not an overwhelming athlete, but he's a good athlete. But like I really liked the decision making he had. He's got a little wild horse to him. But I do think like that, he's got a little bit. And what you said, kind of like, oh, there'd be one drive where I'd be like, okay, like you're battling with Garrett Nussmeier to me, we were going to talk about too. But then there'd be other times where I'm just like, oh man, you just ran that play. Why are you hesitating? Or why are you like, so he still has some of those blemishes, which he can't. Sellers can have blemishes this way. Klubnik can't, because that's how they have to win at the NFL. So maybe I ding him for that, because I just think all that fat has to get stripped out. And what's great, he has another year starting where we get to see that, another year in a great team. I think Clemson's going to win a national championship. That's my May prediction, because they just have so much talent, including Klubnik. So he is what I have him graded right now, kind of similar to where I had Penix and Nix, which was more of a second round grade, and those guys get inflated. He ended up as 25. So you can kind of see that cutoff for me. You can kind of see where my grading cutoff happens, wherever the quarterbacks are. That's where you can start. So Garrett Nussmeier is the cutoff between my blue chip guys and everybody else. Like, you kind of see where the cutoffs always start. So like him, he's the cutoff to me to second round grades, I would call, but second round grades with an arrow pointing up, because he has enough tools. And I think just the polish has really worked, really gotten developed.